Meantime, breaking news in last weekend's deadly alligator attack in Seminole County. We now know the name of the woman who died.
West 2, the first to send the news to your phone. And in the last 5 minutes, we got a picture of her from her family. FWC says 31-year-old Brittany Clark of Orlando died after she was bitten on both arms Sunday in 3 feet of water along the Econ River. West 2's Justin Shecker is joining us live with what's next in this investigation. Justin?
While we now know the identity of the woman who lost her life, FWC is still trying to make sure they remove the gator that bit her from the river.
Yeah, people need to understand this is a very rare situation.
Frank Robb has more than 3 decades of experience dealing with Florida alligators. He offered some insight about the active FWC investigation into the deadly encounter Sunday afternoon in the river at Little Big Econ State Forest.
FWC has a lot of steps they'll go through. They'll look at bite patterns, look for DNA, things of that nature.
Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say they captured and killed 2 gators. First, a 13-foot gator near where 31-year-old Brittany Clark was badly bitten, and a 12.5-foot gator a half-mile away. She lost both of her arms.
The guys who go out there to do that job, the trappers who go out there to find the animal that is the problem, they're pretty dang good at their jobs.
The 911 calls captured the concern, the voice of the victim's friend.
How bad is the bite?
Horrible.
It sounds like from the 911 calls, there were people there. Having an eyewitness to what happened definitely helps the situation.
Now, to confirm if either of the harvested gators were involved in the deadly attack, FWC is submitting DNA samples to a lab in Gainesville for testing.
They'll be looking first and foremost in the animal's mouth and then its stomach.
West 2 has reported on 3 gator attacks within 7 days in Central Florida.
You can find alligators in pretty much every body of water in Florida. It's about being aware of your surroundings.
Known by the nickname Alligator Rob, he says people need to remember to keep their distance, only swim in designated areas, and never feed the cold-blooded reptiles.
If you have an alligator that's been fed, you're dealing with one that's not afraid of people anymore, will approach people, will not naturally be afraid and move away, and that's when the risk goes up.
And a family member has set up an online fundraiser for 31-year-old Brittany Clark. It describes what happened to her as, quote, a completely bizarre accident. Now, Clark is being remembered for her fun-loving soul. The family is trying to raise money to return her remains to her parents in California. Covering Seminole County Live, I'm Justin Shecker, West 2 News.